I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY. I'm here to bring y'all the latest on the Braxtons, okay? Y'all know how we do it over here. News, gossip, reviews. Today we are talking about the Braxtons, episode two. And when I tell y'all there is a producer or a showrunner or something that do not like Towanda, child. Towanda busted this showrunner out on the last season 1 of the Braxtons. I don't know if y'all were paying attention, but she cussed him out when she found out that Kevin Sr., Tracy's husband, was on the show. And she said, "OG," like she screams his name while they are filming. I think she was over Trina's house. She ends up screaming this man's name, okay? And he came running on set like there was a fire, like, "Oh my God, what? And she goes, "I told you we didn't want that man on this show. You," like she was like scolding him, "You defied me." Okay. And it looks like OG done got her damn ass back. Okay. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to the cookout. I am here to tell y'all all about the things. So make sure that y'all grab yourself something, okay? Oh, look, child, y'all done brought the baked beans, okay? Do I got a little pork in it, a little bacon? Because I do enjoy a little pork every once in a while. Go ahead and put your city, your state, your country, your island, your continent, wherever you are from, into the chat so I can give y'all a shout out. Y'all see my lips moving, so I assume you can hear me. Okay, what is up? Okay, what we got? Mildred in the house, conversation and cocktails. Baby, let me tell y'all something. I do like the Braxtons. I really do. I know people have been giving them all kinds of shit, but I do like them. Why do I look so, my camera looks dark? I don't know if it is or not, but it is what it is. Work with me, child. Come on in from Texas. Nice to have you. Listen, we're going to get right into it. I just know that I don't know if they're going to have a season 3, but when I tell y'all, somebody over there do not like Towanda. Oh my goodness. Okay, so take the poll at the top of the chat because we're going to get into it when we get to this scene. But Towanda got her tail handed to her. Okay, so listen, y'all know everything is starting off at this dinner that all of the sisters are having, right? This is where the blow up's going to happen. So they're all, trying to catch up, but really they are giving each other their grievances about the other one, okay? And so it opens up with Towanda talking about her wedding. This is going to be her first wedding, even though she's been married before. This will be her first ceremony, not the wedding, first ceremony. And she wants to do it big. You know what I'm saying? I guess she feels like she missed out on something in life. So she is telling every single body about how hard it is for her to get everything straightened out, the dresses, the food, whatever it is that she's organizing. And Tony says, "Isn't your maid of honor handling that?" And she says, she says that out loud, and then you hear her say something like, "Who's your maid of honor?" And I guess that's Tamar. It's supposed to be Tamar. And Tamar said, that is a job the maid of honor is supposed to do, but I'm not the maid of honor. That job got pulled from me, okay? And I was also disinvited from the Bachelorette party. Anyway, while she's saying this, Towanda is putting it on thick. When I tell you, I hope she get more Tubi movies. I hope she get more movies over there on Prime. Because old girl was like, "Who did that? What? Who did this? Who did that? I'd like a name. I'm waiting." I was like, baby, no. Okay, especially after how her ass got busted out later in this scene. But Towanda is putting it on. She's going back and forth with Tamar. And y'all know Tamar can't she can't keep it in. Baby, she's up here making all kinds of faces like, so they're just doing, it is all acrobatics right now. Facial acrobatics, okay? Come on in, come on in. Welcome to the chat. I appreciate y'all for supporting me. Hit the like button and share the video. 63 of y'all are here. If you are part of my new family, welcome, because I have been getting a whole bunch of new followers, so thank y'all, okay? But anyway, Towanda is putting it on thick. I'll wait. Who told you that? I'll wait. Then Tamar or Towanda said, it's interesting you should say that because I was told you didn't want to film with us. And Tamar said, well, y'all know why I don't want to film with y'all. Because you tried to ruin my business. Y'all sent me a cease and desist, okay? And when she says that, Tony is like, bitch, what? Everybody is making wide eyes. Now, I told y'all, I think on the first episode, I said, is Towanda the one who pushed the button? Because Trina piped up real quick and said, I didn't send us a cease and desist, okay? And this entire feud was a breakdown between Trina and the niece, Ashley. Child, come to find out, because I did a little digging after I did my video last week. It was Ashley's daddy, Michael Jr., who sent the cease and desist, the brother. Did I not tell y'all it's always the one that's super quiet that be pushing them damn buttons? It was her daddy that sent the cease and desist. He's the one who doesn't want the information out there. And I guess she doesn't have a great relationship with him either. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What is up, Ty? Listen, y'all. Ty, I believe, have a channel. Y'all know I don't mind telling people to go follow people because I am not a jealous bitch over here. Please enjoy, follow these people. As many voices of people that look like us can be out here talking, should be. So Ty, I hope that you are doing well over there, girl. And thank you for calling me your fave. Okay. She used to come up on my panels all the time. And sometimes we wouldn't see eye to eye, but I still love her. She still had every right to have her damn opinion. Okay. Come on in. Happy Wednesday. Tamar is no longer covering for the family drama or the family. So I'm assuming at this point, when they are all at the table, they may not know that it was their brother, Mikey, who is constantly saying, you know how every time they saw Mikey on screen, they was like, oh, Mikey, oh my God. It was that type of thing. Tamar, I cannot wait to see how she responds to this when she finds out it was her brother who sent the cease and desist, stopping her from talking on the show. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate y'all. I love you too, girly. I love you too. Michael does not like the attention, especially the negative attention. Well, I think it's a little deeper than that, according to what his daughter has been saying over there on the Tickety Top. The daughter has been talking and she said, listen, I could have been my sister, because y'all know her sister took her life. She said, I could have been my sister. Nobody wants to talk about these dark ass secrets. She's not, I guess she doesn't get along with her father. She has moved outside of the country. And I guess the only time she wants to see people is at the funeral. Okay. I'm going to say my goodbyes to y'all. But other than that, I don't care. So we'll have to see. This is crazy. Allegedly, the daddy used to put his hands on the stepmom and allegedly did a cease and desist. Okay. So y'all are talking about it in the chat. I believe that Towanda was twerking while crossing the street and not paying attention. Okay, we'll get there. Anyway, someone came into my chat last week. Someone went into my comment section. This person opened up a YouTube account or got their YouTube credentials that day, because I can see how long y'all have been on the internet, okay, on the YouTube. So they came into my comments that day, created an account that day. And when I tell y'all, it was this long, it was a whole book. And it was saying all kinds of grimy shit about Ashley. Like Ashley used to touch her, allegedly, her sister and blah, 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 blah. I don't know if any of that's true, but I do know that this shit is so dark that people are creating fake accounts to come up under the bloggers page and talk about it. Now, I deleted it because I don't want no shit. The comments, the things that y'all write in the comment section could also be a problem for the YouTubers, right, for us and our accounts. But they did write a very lengthy comment accusing Ashley Braxton, the niece, of all kinds of dirty things, like they were revealing secrets. So I don't know if it's fake or if it was the truth. I'm going to assume it was fake because people don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You could send that in an email. You could also show proof. But right now, it's just a bunch of dirty talk. Come on in, everybody. They're going to have to prove Ashley is a monster for me to listen. Okay. I don't blame you, child. Anyway, after that, after they show this round table, and Tamar said, I don't owe y'all hoes no loyalty. I don't care about weddings. I don't care about sisterhood. You tried to shut down my business. And she made it seem like it was someone at the table. Like I said, comes to find out it's the brother. I don't know if this is going to get revealed this season, but Ashley has told it on social media. All right. So now we get this flashback scene from 3 weeks ago. And this is where Tamar is at her podcast. She's on stage with her niece, Ashley. And she makes the comment, there's nothing worse than family secrets. And then she asks her niece to talk about what happened in the family that, you know, caused all of this crazy commotion for her. Because she posted this on her social media page. Ashley is in her 30s. And she said, listen, I had to run from this family. It was dark for me because I had an auntie whose husband was coming on to me, sending me dirty text messages, I'm assuming. It was a stepmama who found it, approached the family with it. It turned out to have been Gabe, allegedly. I do want to say that, but I think they have called his name on the show. Anyway, after she does all of that, she says that Trina actually came to her and apologized. She said she was, you know, just as warm as can be, told her she was sorry, that it was not her fault. All the things a grown-up is supposed to do with a child. She was 16 years old. And then she said, I guess years later, I thought it was sometime within the same time frame, but she said years later, it looks like Ashley had an opportunity to tour with Tony, maybe try to figure out if she wanted to be a singer or a backup singer. She had an opportunity to tour with Tony and her sisters, and things appeared to be great. But sometime within those years, after the fact, Trina stepped to Ashley and said, it was you. You were the problem. You encouraged it. You were doing something to cause this man to, you know, act out toward a child, act out against a child, which is actually repulsive. But anyway, Trina, as of last week, still hasn't explained why she switched up on her niece. All she said was she could have called me. She never explained why there was a switch up. I don't know. She didn't necessarily call her a liar, but she didn't explain why she switched up. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, share the video. 96 of you are here. Ashley's father was being her. I believe that she was flirting. You believe that she was flirting with Gabe. Okay. 16 does not mean innocent. She was traveling, performing in provocative outfits and doing some dances as the rest. Okay. So you and I are on a completely different page here. 16 does mean innocent for me. I don't care. I don't care what she was wearing. She could have been complete ass and chest out. She's 16. And a grown man in his 30s knows she's 16. A grown man in his 30s who can be enticed by a child, who can make decisions that could put his ass in prison against a child, does not deserve to be covered in any way, because he knows what he's doing. Period. That child, though, the mind of a 16-year-old is still the mind of a 16-year-old. For me, I completely disagree with that statement. Young kids, whether it is a boy or a girl, when they are going through their hormonal phase in growing, they are going to have moments that they may not be able to completely verbalize, but grown people can. So I don't agree with that at all, at all. And I typically don't give y'all that kind of heat, but I don't agree with that. I think that children are children. I don't agree with the she's fast shit. I think that a grown ass man will always be a grown ass man. He will always be 20 or 15 or whatever the many years above her. And he was grown. He was grown. That's the first problem. He was married. That's another problem. He was taking care of kids that was probably around the same age. That's another problem. There were so many gross things here that happened. I just don't agree. I don't agree with it. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyway, moving to the next. Kids are always going to be safe for here for this platform. I don't care. We're moving on to the next part of this. After Tamar says, I'm happy that you're here and you are explaining what's going on. Ashley just says, she said, why did you decide to put all of this on social media? And Ashley said, this is where I chose to heal myself. This is where I chose to heal myself. And my healing isn't dependent on anybody else. Not my daddy, not Trina, not my grandmother, nobody. At some point, I had to choose me, especially knowing how my sister lost her life. I chose myself. And Tamar said, I 1000% agree with you and understand. And then Tamar said, and I also want to apologize to you for not being there for you, but I was going through my own crisis and I'm here now. And Ashley said, I respect that. I respect it and I receive it. So that is how that ended. Anyway, moving on to the next. Trina meets up with a few members of Towanda's bridal party. Towanda has a bunch of bridesmaids that she's calling ladies of honor, and they are all at some boutique buying, I guess, gowns or something for this bridal, or not bridal, for the bachelorette party. So they're all catching up and talking about it. But Trina lets us know that Trina lets us know that Towanda, these T's are going to kill me, y'all. Towanda and Sean, not just Towanda and Sean said under no circumstances will there be a stripper at the bachelorette party. No strippers at all whatsoever. Trina said, that's interesting that Towanda would say that since she was serving Sir Dick a lot at her bachelorette party. And I was like, yes, we all remember that. Towanda did think she was having a great time. She ran Miss Evelyn smooth up out of there. I remember Evelyn was like, you knew I was going to be here. Why didn't you tell me? I would not have come. I don't want to see all this shit. She was like, calm down, mommy. Have fun. Have fun. But Evelyn said, I got to go. Okay, but that's how that ended. Come on in, child. Anyway, in the next scene, we have Towanda. Now, y'all, we learned that Towanda actually got hit by a car in this next scene, which is shocking, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, crazy that you would get hit by a car as a grown person who's crossing in a crosswalk, it seems like. But I thought it was more interesting that Towanda woke up at 6 a.m. or earlier than that to get her man to the airport and walked in with him to the security checkout. Because I was like, child, you and this man have been together for a minute. Y'all have been there long enough to pull up to the curb and let him jump out with his bag. I don't know about walking into the airport with you, and you can't even go to the gate. You got to go to the security checkpoint and then take your ass back out to the car, which is exactly what she did. But on her way back to the car, I guess another car was speed racing and bumped into Towanda, bopped her ass so hard that it damn near took her nose off, took a tooth out of her mouth. Her lip was swollen like the Simpsons. I mean, huge. Fractured her wrist in multiple places, had to do surgery. She was in a cast. And this is all days before her wedding is supposed to start. Come on in. Welcome to the chat, okay? Welcome to the chat. I appreciate y'all for coming in. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Okay, I'm reading the comments, child. Let me put y'all comments up here just in case so I can see them a little better. But yeah, All of that just so that she can walk this man. And I swear to y'all, I feel like they've been dating for at least 6 or 7 years, but it looks like they are attached to the hip, and every little moment requires them to be together. Okay. So come on in. She said, child, you know, these people are actors. Listen, I'm trying to give you the story though. I'm trying to give y'all the story. So anyway, once she's in there, once she gets popped, they get her in an ambulance and take her out to the emergency room, right? And I guess wherever Sean is, I guess if he might not have left the city, they pull him out and he gets to the hospital. All of production, the team is at the hospital, and everybody starts walking into a room. Everyone who goes into a room is like, damn, damn, damn. I'm like, well, how bad does she look? She didn't look awful, but you can tell that she was in pain. You can tell her hand was wrapped up. And like I said, she did show herself. She was missing a tooth in the front of her mouth. Okay. Missing a tooth in the whole nine. Her nose has this huge scab on it. She had, you know what I'm saying, bleeding from like the eyebrow down the eye. So she was messed up pretty bad. Anyway, again, one scene messes up the next. After that happened, here we go with Sean. Sean's coming in. I see someone said a prosthetic. Sean had on a prosthetic. He had on a lace front. Okay. Sean, for some reason, when he walks in, Towanda looks up at him, and I think she's supposed to be playing like she's half dead, but she loses her character because Sean is wearing a high top fade. Okay. Sean has on a 10-inch high top fade that someone glued down for this man and then outlined it in a white chalk. Oh my God. And she was like, I want to take this seriously, but your hair. I was like, bitch, I don't want to see Towanda rocking a baldy and your man has on a lace front. What type of relationship is this, Towanda? How did you allow this to happen? How did you allow this to happen? When I tell y'all never, I mean never. I wish my husband would come in here with a lace front on. We're not filming. We're not shit. Shut this entire thing down. She probably put his ass on a plane so that he wouldn't be a part of the scene. And production probably sent a car to run into Towanda, so that they could take his ass out of the airport and bring him into the emergency room. Somebody said, we got to put eyes on this child. I'm going to need a camera. Okay. She was in pain, but laughing at Sean. I was in pain and also laughing at Sean. Let's be serious. I was in pain laughing at Sean. No grown ass man ever would put on a lace front. And I'm assuming that he's doing this for the wedding. She said some shit like he wanted to have his hair back. Holy camole. Anyway, that freaked me out. Anyway, while she's in the hospital, Tony gives her a call. I guess the sisters are calling in. And the sister says, Tony says, listen, Towanda, it might be a good idea for you to cancel this bachelorette party because, baby, you old. You know what I'm saying? When our bones get popped, we're in pain. You're going to have to be taking some perks or Tylenol, something where you might not have all of your senses in another country. So don't go. Just cancel it. And Towanda said, no, child, I'm going to get this camera time and this check. So I definitely will be here. I'm not canceling shit. Okay. That's basically how the scene ends. Okay. Let's see. The fact that they still call Miss Evelyn mommy lets me know that they're still young mentally when in the presence of their mother. I know some grown folks that call their mother mommy. Sean needed to stay out in the rain. Facts. She's marrying the guy she was with when her house was foreclosed on. I don't know. Explain what you mean by that. I thought that Sean used to be their manager when they were younger. I remember when she told her mother that she was dating Sean, and her mom like looked at her like, are you out of your mind? because it gave me the impression that Sean was much older, or there might be a problem with Sean. I don't know. If he's out here wearing lace fronts, there could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? He might like to wear other things. I don't know. Anyway, moving forward, let's get to Tamar. Tamar is a hot ass mess. She is sitting there getting her makeup done. She's about to do a photo shoot for I guess she's about to go on tour. And so they're promoting the tour. The people that she is doing this tour with sends out photographers and people to do this set design. And they're trying to do promo pics so that, they can get everything out there. And Tamar seems excited. She knows that she's wearing this long black gown, long black hair. She looked real pretty, but she doesn't know what the actual set, or I guess what the concept is, which seems weird because when you're putting on a dress and getting, your hair and makeup done, it seems to me that you would say, so what's the concept? I don't know. That's what I would ask. I don't even think that it's a hard ass question. I think it's just something you would know to do. But she doesn't ask what the concept is, okay? And while she's there, there's a music producer who comes in, and she asks the music producer, hey, could you check to see how far the airport is from the hotel in Tulum, and how long it'll be before you and I get to that hotel? And he said, I can check for you, but I'm not going with you. Okay, I got shit to do. Why am I going? It looks like Tamar just picks up people and takes them anywhere. You know what I'm saying? She becomes ready-made friends with men for whatever reason. But he tells her, I'm not going. And he kind of looks at her like she's crazy. And he said, I can find out for you, but I can't be there. And she said, really? Because I need you for emotional support. And he's like, no. No. And she goes, well, I can't go to the wedding because that's my birthday weekend. So I was really just going to go to this bachelorette party. And he said, you should still go. That's your sister. Be present. Show up for one or the other. That's what's expected of you, Tamar. So he's trying to talk to her like a grown-up, even though he's being nice and easy about it. You can tell that he's talking to her like a father would talk to a child kind of thing, right? Anyway, fast forward. When Tamar is in her confessional, she tells the producers there, she said, listen, I was supposed to be the maid of honor. I got this invite to be her maid of honor. And she said she sent it to her, I'm assuming electronically. She didn't call. And when she saw it, she was like, I was so excited because we've really been trying to work on our sisterhood since Trina passed away. And she said, I thought that this was an olive branch. So I ended up videotaping a thank you, accepting this maid of honor invite. And she said, after I had did all of that, she's a Pisces for real, for show. Okay. My mama was a Pisces, so I know, child. She said, I sit up here and tape this invite. They show the taped invite. And she's really sincere, or she appears to be, in accepting it. She was like, girl, I cannot wait to stand beside you and hold your hand. She has this big smile on her face. It's all fake teeth. You know what I'm saying? All of the things that people do. And she said, I pushed send on that mofo and I waited to see if Towanda was going to respond. She said, I didn't get a response. Towanda did not talk to me. I did not get any type of conversation from a wedding planner, from Sean, from Towanda. I am ass out. And she said, it did not take me long to realize that that was all for show. Only thing Towanda wanted to do is hit send so that she could make me look like the bad guy. Okay? When these cameras started rolling, because I said this before and I mean it. The only time Towanda and I talk is when there is cameras in our face. Otherwise, we do not talk to each other, right? So she said, outside of that, I wanted, somebody there with me for emotional support. And if I don't have anybody, I will not be going. That's how she puts it when she is in her confessional. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Tamar don't have to go. She sure don't, especially since we're going to see what's about to pop up, okay? But now Tamar goes in to do her photo shoot. She goes in to do her photo shoot. And as soon as she gets in there, she gets into a bad mood. She's not feeling the set. Everything is like, well, why are we picking this? Why would you give me this bar? And what am I supposed to be doing at the bar? I'm all dressed up to be sitting on a couch in a a dark, seedy ass bar. And so the photographer is trying to explain his vision. He's like, well, it's supposed to be like a speakeasy vibe. And we think it's real cool if you have this beautiful gown on and you're holding a martini. And she said, why would I be drinking a martini? The Tamartians don't do martinis. We do Long Islands. What the hell is this? This is not something I would do. This does not represent me, right? And she is fussing in her head. And she thinks that she's probably being kind about it, but she's not. And everybody in the whole entire room is uncomfortable. Like, people are just like, Tamar, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? People start getting on their phone. This is the type of uncomfortable. People are reading their phone because they know somebody's ass is about to get handed to them, and they're trying to pretend like this shit is normal. And she stood up and she said, can I talk to you in my dressing room, please? Can I talk to you in my dressing room? So they take her back to the dressing room, and she's with the music producer again. And he's like, listen, I think you're making a bigger deal of this than you should. I actually like the idea. The vibe is nice, blah, blah, blah. She said, no. Why didn't anyone tell me about this? I should have known about this beforehand. Well, Tamar, you could have asked too. You know what I'm saying? But she needs somebody to blame because, that's typical. She is doing her diva shit. The music producer says, no one's at fault here. Let's not put anyone at fault. These people worked really hard to come here. This was something we had planned for weeks. I'm not sure why your team dropped the ball in not telling you, but Tamar, you look amazing. I think that you should just move forward with the shoot. She said, no, because you guys are trying to make me a Toni Braxton, and I'm not a Toni Braxton, okay? My crowd wants to see titties and ass, not the sophisticated shit that you're trying to put out here with Toni Braxton vibes, okay? She went, why don't we, instead of doing a martini, I'll do a beer, but I'm not doing that, okay? So she needed to put her stamp on it. And after she says that, the entire team said, yeah, bitch, a beer. Sure, no problem. We'll do it your way, child. And they take her right on back and handed her a beer. Oh, look, people saying, I agree with Tamar about her show. Well, she, like I said, she was going to get her way. Okay, but she said, at the end of the day, I'm not doing this. So they gave her her beer, and she was happy. She was satisfied. She went back in, started smiling for the camera. But before that, she was giving them people shit. Anyway, she said, listen, I am typically a going alonger. I am not a diva, but this I cannot agree with. I got to give my fans exactly what they expect from me. I don't want y'all changing my image. And this is something that Tamar has always fought against. She does not want to be compared to Toni the Braxton, okay? We're sisters by blood and name, but that is all. I don't want to have the same shit Toni has going on. So outside of that, they gave her exactly what she wanted, and it was cool. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let me see. Next scene is Mama Braxton. Mama Braxton, who really is Tamar. Tamar is every bit of Evelyn, and I don't know if people see it, but all of that extra energy, child, all of that extra, the smart mouth and shit, that's Evelyn. That is Evelyn. And Evelyn just slows down a little bit. She doesn't have all of the fire and the fury, but her and Tamar are twins, period. Okay. I've been to a Tamar show. Her crowd is definitely not Toni's crowd. For real, for real. I hear you. She got what she wanted. She said, I'll continue with it, but give me a beer. We're not doing a martini. We're not doing none of that uppity shit. Okay. But yeah, we get Mama Braxton, and she's talking to Tamar. I guess this is at her, one of her podcast event. And Mama Braxton said, listen, I'm writing a book about my life. Also about the public humiliation that I endured with that ex-husband of hers, child. And Tamar asked her a question if she was still bitter. And she was like, hell no, I'm not still bitter. I wasn't bitter in the first place. She said, but y'all might not want to hear this, but at the end of the day, a hoe will outlast a pole any day of the week. Okay. So I don't know what smackdown she was giving to Michael Braxton Senior, but she said that motherfucker can't even get it up. Okay. For all of the hoeing, for all of the hoeing that man did in his lifetime, I promise you, he can't even get it up right now. Okay. A hoe will outlast a pole. And everybody in that set was like, damn, Mama Braxton. I was like, I hope that Tamar is taking notes, because baby, you are your mama's child, okay? Come on in. Welcome to the chat. I appreciate y'all. You've been saying that Tamar is her mama. 1,000%. 1,000%, okay? Can y'all imagine Evelyn back in the day? With all them kids? I was like, she was probably popping off every 5 seconds, child. Oh my goodness. Anyway, moving on. Now we are in Mexico for Tawanda's party, okay? Towanda is there. She got her tooth fixed, but she still got that big ass scar on her nose. Come on in, come on in. She does have them zingers for your ass. That is a fact. She certainly does, okay? She's wearing her cast. But she did get that tooth fixed, so that was great. I'm happy that she got some emergency procedure for that tooth. But she is sitting there, y'all, talking to her friend, and when I tell y'all she is in tears, she is fighting back tears. Her voice goes out while she's talking. Her friend is like, "What's going on, girl?" She said, "I've been there for all of my sisters at every one of their weddings. I have been there. And now Tony and Tamar are not here for me." And the friend says, "Oh, girl, I think they just don't understand that you've always been there for them and how hurt you are that they're not there for you. Why don't you have a one-on-one with them and talk to them?" And she was nodding her head and choking up. And I said, "Baby, no." What is happening? I mean, and scene. Towanda got her shit off just like Tamar said she was going to. Tamar said, y'all think a thing about Towanda, but I promise you, she was setting my ass up so that she can have this moment right here. And in the next scene, we get the moment. In the next scene, we get the moment. And I literally was like, oh, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. Okay, Towanda needs to stop acting. No, she's in movies now. She got a movie over there on the Tubi. Okay. Yes, she said, and scene. And then she shows herself, having fun. Trina is there. I told y'all, Trina's there while she's talking about how her sisters aren't there for her. Now, Trina got to know that Tawanda's putting it on thick. But Trina got her baseball cap on, her fitted. It covers her eyes so that you really can't see what she's thinking. And she just looks like this. She nods a little bit. And then off camera or in her confessional, Trina says, "I really do hope that Tony and Tamar get it together and that they are here for their sister." Okay. I think that Trina and Towanda, they might have a little special friendship where they lie for each other. Okay. But then after all of that, now we get another scene. They flash back to Tamar. Tamar is in confessional. And Tamar said, "Listen, what you're not going to do is make it seem like I wasn't going to Tulum to that bachelorette party. I had already bought my ticket. Did I not buy my ticket?" And then she says, "OG, weren't you the one who actually told me that my sister didn't want me there?" And then the production team puts a scene that should have been private. Okay. You can see OG. OG is the, what do you call it? The showrunner. OG is the showrunner. This is how much of a play they did in this scene. OG said, yeah, well, she didn't seem like she was very receptive for you being there. Then they give us a scene where Tawanda's ass is laid out in a beach chair, okay, with her feet out, her leg kicked up. I mean, the whole nine, bitch. Like, she had her drink, she was free, she was enjoying herself, she was relaxed, and the words that came out of her mouth was this. He said, I don't think that Tony can come. And she was like, oh, Tony can't come? Bet, okay? That bald head was a rolling like this. And then he said, and Tamar, I'm not sure if she can be there. She did get a ticket. And she said, I really don't give a fuck if Tamar is here or not, because she's going to try to mess every fucking thing up anyway. Okay? So all of those tears that she was giving us just a scene before made her look completely like Evelyn, the damn bald head queen in this damn scene. Okay? I was howling. Girl, that producer do not like you. I mean, I don't know. What did y'all think? I asked y'all how y'all felt about that. Let's get the poll. Let's do the poll. I said to y'all, hold on, keep talking in the chat. 96 of y'all have voted so far. I said, do y'all agree with the producers showing Towanda her off-camera conversation, what should have been private between her and the showrunner, talking about Tony and Tamar? 83% of y'all said Towanda deserved that shit. So what? 4% of y'all said no, that was a private conversation. It should not have been shown. And 12% of y'all was on page 2 of War and Peace. Okay, it's a page turner, and you was not about to put that damn book down in order to watch that scene. Okay, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look, yes, production. I said, oh my God, that is embarrassing. That is your worst nightmare, I would think. I would think, especially when you were putting on all of that fake shit. From the time the show opens, Towanda, you sitting at that table, I was told, who told you that? Who told you that? Then you get a fake crying ass scene, and now production is showing you, say, I don't give a fuck if she's there or not. I don't want her at the wedding. She's going to mess it up anyway. Girl, tell us how you really feel. Oh my goodness. She admitted, hold on, child. I done messed my little scene up. Trina always sides with Towanda. That's true. She does. That's why I said I wonder if they sometimes give off these fake scenes. She admitted it when she told her story on TikTok, only about her sister. Okay, I think you're a little bit behind. Anyway, after all of that, I was like, this is getting good, because if Towanda gets blown out for the rest of this season, I think it might be the last season we get of the Braxtons, because they clearly don't like Towanda, period. Okay. Moving on. The next time we get a scene, now we get a scene from Tamar. Tamar is talking to her team about basically her handling herself poorly. She tells the team, look what y'all made me do. You know what I'm saying? When something is going on, you need to keep me abreast of what is happening so that I don't make a fool out of myself and ruin my connections in the industry, okay? Because I end up acting a fucking fool in front of everybody, and then people start talking in the industry about how I'm hard to work with and I'm a diva. So if y'all want to stay employed, you need to keep me cool. Keep me cool and keep me employed. And you do that by making sure that I have every little thing. I'm going to need you to anticipate every time you think I'm about to pop off, okay? Spoken like a true narcissist, okay? Tamar, a little bit of that was your fault. You could have asked to go to the room and talk to your team a long time ago. But come on in, okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You said Team Tamar. Okay, glad Towanda was finally exposed. That's why Tracy called Towanda a snake. Oh my God. Yes, in episode 1, they actually do a flashback of Tracy, who is now in the ground. Do you know how bad someone has to hate you in order to have the voice of the dead show up on camera and say, bitch, you a snake. You are a snake, and I never want to talk to you again? I'm watching every single one of these episodes. Do y'all hear me? You will see me every week talking about this show because they have it out for Towanda. Come on in. Come on in. Okay. Anyway, after Tamar lets her team know, child, don't have me out here looking like a damn fool because I can't control my emotions. Okay. So it's all of us. We all need to be on the same page. Period. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And going back, okay, so now we are back at the Bachelorette party. And this time we get to see Tawanda's little daughter, Brookie. She's grown up. I think she might be in junior high or high school right now. Anyway, she is a little bitty old thing, but she is very pretty. I like to see all the babies come through. Anyway, they are zip lining and doing all types of little adventures over there in Mexico. And then later that night, when they're doing their parties and whatnot, Trina is the only sister there, and Towanda happens to look around the party, and she said, "Where the hell is Trina?" I think they were doing some sort of game where they're supposed to talk about, how well they know Towanda. And Towanda notices that her sister isn't there. Trina is in a back room. She took a phone call from her husband, okay, who tells her that he is in urgent care and they just told him that he has congestive heart failure. I'm not sure how they diagnosed you with that at the urgent care, but he has congestive heart failure and he is on his way to the emergency room, which causes Trina to flip out, of course, like anybody would. And she told those producers to put her on the first thing smoking. Get me up out of here. And they was like, well, we got the party. She said, I don't care. Don't tell her I'm gone, okay? I want her to creep out. Don't tell my sister I'm gone. Just put me on a fucking plane. I got to get out of here. My husband is sick. Period. Okay. So now she's about to lose the one sister that was there to support her. Okay. New sub. Hey, sub. Some tea for you. Nice to have you, girl. Thank you. Listen, and that is how it actually ended. That was the scene. But this entire episode was dragging the hell out of Towanda. And it's actually giving a whole lot of grace to Tamar. I know that people did not like Tamar over the years. I have always had a soft spot for Tamar because I was like, Tamar didn't get that way by herself. That takes a whole village, okay? A whole bunch of people have to get Tamar to where she is. And the truth of the matter is, when Tamar was growing up, Evelyn was looking at her little mini me with her hands on her hips as proud as day because Tamar is her mama through and through, every inch of her, okay? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hold on, let me see what you got to say, girl. Why Trina didn't tell Towanda that Vaughn was in the hospital for his heart, or did Trina not want to be at the party? Why didn't Vaughn want Trina to come? We got to find that out next week. That's how it ended, with Trina talking to Vaughn, him saying, I'm in urgent care. I don't even know if urgent care can diagnose you with congestive heart failure. They can say it sounds like it. I'm really concerned for you. Let me get you to the hospital. But they don't diagnose you with that. That requires a medical diagnosis from a real doctor. So I'm surprised that he even said it like that. The very minimum he could have said, can you wait till I actually get a diagnosis? Don't leave just yet. But once he said it, Trina said, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And then she said, don't tell her that I'm leaving. Don't tell her. Just let me go. Okay. Vaughn is controlling. Listen. And he's, from what I can tell when I see some of these IG lives, Vaughn looks like he likes to hit the sauce. I know Trina likes to hit the sauce, but I think that's what they have in common, okay? A good brown look, okay? A good brown look is what they have in common. Because I'm like, Trina and Vaughn seem so opposite of each other. They seem complete opposite. Trina seems like she's always, perky, upbeat, pretending like she's from Canada. Trina got that crazy accent like she's from Canada. I'm talking about what, girl? In my opinion, I don't believe that he cares for any of the family. Probably don't. I don't think any of the husbands cared for the family, to be honest. But maybe there's something about Vaughn that reminds Trina of her daddy or what she missed with her dad. Because, sometimes, women marry their fathers. because he tells her what to do. He does. And it's almost like, I know y'all saying that he doesn't like her, but it almost feels like his way to control her. I won't say that he doesn't love her, but I think that he probably is afraid he's going to lose her, kind of thing. And the way he controls her is he has to tell her what to do. He tries to puppet her, for sure, to me. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like if she came in and said, "What do you think of this outfit?" I don't like it. Like he's going to give her 100 I don'ts and 100 no's before he gets to a yes to make her feel like she needs him. You know what I mean? This is just my armchair psychology. I'm watching through the TV show and IG like all of y'all. This is my opinion. Come on in. Von might not have known he had heart problems. He likes to eat also. He definitely likes to eat. And when Von eats, I mean, he's a food addict because he closes his eyes when he eats something. It's crazy, right? You're watching him and he'll bite into something like, and he'll start looking up at the sky and shit. He got a whole thing that he does. It's weird, okay? You know what? I've had family members say horrific things when angry, but later are vehement that they didn't say it. They cry and carry on, even if you prove it. I've seen that in Towanda and Tamar. I have family members like that too. I mean, not just cry. I mean, they will take you to a place where you're like, well, bitch, maybe I didn't hear it. Maybe I didn't see it. And you're right. When you show, it could be 100 people that say yes, and they will just be like, I never did kind of thing. So yes, I know what that's like. Head to the sky, but a diagnostic of heart failure at urgent care. Yeah, that shouldn't happen at urgent care. They might say it sounds like possibly, but that you got to go to the hospital for that. He eats things that he shouldn't, and Trina tries to stop him, but he just dismisses her. I saw her try to throw out some apple fritters. She said, you can't have them apple fritters. And I'm assuming it's because of his health. And so she said, we got to cut back on these things. And he gave her a look. He said, do not throw that in the trash. Do not throw it in the trash. And I'm not playing. And she was like, well, can we please just take it from like 1,800 a week to maybe 1 or 2? You know what I'm saying? Lady Blue said, bitch, what you're describing is gaslighting, okay? As a former clinician, there are markers. I hear you. Yes, baby. Braxton season 2 is good. This thing that they're doing with Towanda, I was shocked. I really was. This is the Braxtons. You know what I'm saying? And Towanda clearly is, I told y'all I thought that Towanda was running the show over there before, but Towanda, she actually went after OG. OG's the showrunner. She went after OG in the first season regarding Kevin Sr. She said, I told y'all I didn't want that on this TV show. And here he is. Whose decision was this? And I was like, baby, we TV, okay? You might have your name on the marquee, but the marquee belongs to We Television. And they're going to do it. They're going to, whatever they say do, they're going to do, period. All of y'all get a check from them. Come on in, everybody. Hit the like button, share the video. But anyways, y'all, that was it. For some reason, I never liked Towanda. She's always messy and snake-like. At first, I'm going to say this. I did like Towanda. I liked all of them. I do. I liked all of them because a lot of the, dynamics of their family reminded me of some shit that I saw when I was growing up with, because I told y'all my mother comes from a really big family. She was one of 11. So watching it kind of took me back to my childhood and stuff. So I didn't dislike any of them, but I did always feel like Tamar was too much. But now, in the aftermath of all this and some of these other stories that's coming out, I can see Tamar's side a lot clearer, for sure. But yeah, Anyways, you guys, that's it. That's all. Okay. I hope that y'all all had a good time over here at the cookout. I hope y'all all got yourselves something to eat. Make sure y'all get yourself a Ziploc. Hell, take a few foiled pans of anything, the ribs, the macaroni and cheese. I saw that a few of y'all got them baked beans. A few of y'all got them baked beans, so they look like they were good. Save me some. Okay. But outside of that, Vaughn and Sean annoy you. They're so sassy. But outside of that, y'all, thank you for coming through and hanging out with me. Y'all know y'all are always appreciated. Okay. Hit the like button though. Hit the like button on your way out. Become a subscriber if you are not already. Share this video too, because that's how others find me here on YouTube. Period. Okay. Also, y'all can find the links to my other social media pages in the description box. Please, please, please follow me over there as well. All right. I'm loving the cookout. And make sure your notification bells are on so that y'all can get the next invite. Period. Okay. Someone has a question. Let me answer this first. Hold on. I have a question, Dyana. Have Michael Braxton Sr. only cheated on Miss E, or do you think it was with, or he's a serial cheater? She said he was a serial cheater. She did say that. I think the scandal came, y'all. Hold on. The scandal came because it was her good friend, and it went on for 10 long years in the church. So that's why some of the shit is so ugly between the family. But outside of that, y'all, okay, now I can go. Now I can go. Thank you very much, girl. I appreciate y'all. Till next time. Bye-bye.